I never thought I'd be the kind of person to trap someone inside my own garage, but when someone tries to control your life, your home, your peace, there comes a moment when you have to take that power back. I never imagined that the most defining moment of my time in Birchwood Ridge would start in the quiet stillness of my own garage. It had been an ordinary day. I came home from work tired, ready to grab my hedge trimmer and maybe clean up the front bushes before dinner. Nothing dramatic, nothing unusual. But when I pressed the garage door remote and heard the familiar motor hum, something was different. There, sitting inside my garage like it belonged there, was a large black SUV. Sleek, spotless, imposing. The kind of vehicle that announces itself without having to make a sound. For a moment, I genuinely wondered if I had misunderstood what I was seeing. But I knew exactly whose vehicle it was. Karen Daley, the president of the Birchwood Ridge HOA. And with that realization came the slow-burning anger. So I pressed the garage remote again and sealed the door shut. For 3 years, Karen had treated our neighborhood like her kingdom. Clipboard, laminated rule book, HOA badge, all symbols of power she wielded proudly. She fined people for lawn height. She inspected porch decor. She once punished a neighbor for a garden gnome. Control wasn't her job. It was her identity. And my disagreement over a decorative mailbox had made me her newest target. She measured my lawn, photographed my trash bins, counted my porch decorations, always watching, always documenting. And then came the day she crossed the line completely. I was watering plants one afternoon when I heard a car pull into my driveway. Karen got out, clipboard in hand. But instead of knocking, she walked back to her SUV and drove it into my open garage. She parked, turned off the engine, got out, and began searching my garage, opening boxes, photographing tools, inspecting storage. As if it belonged to her. Not my driveway, not shared space. Inside my home. She walked my yard next, taking measurements and notes like she was analyzing crime evidence. And then she left, leaving her SUV in my garage. By evening, the SUV was still there. That was the moment the anger turned into clarity. This was no longer about HOA rules. This was trespassing. So I called 911. 20 minutes later, I heard sharp footsteps. Karen was back. The moment she saw the garage door closed, her expression twisted with outrage. She demanded I open the door. She claimed she was performing official inspection duties. She said I was obstructing community compliance enforcement. I asked her one question, calmly, "When did I ever give you permission to enter my garage?" She froze. I told her, "The cameras recorded everything. I had the footage. The police were already on their way." Her confidence cracked. Officers Rodriguez and Chan arrived. Professional. Calm. Karen rushed to them first, trying to take control of the narrative, holding up her HOA badge like it was law enforcement authority. But then the officers watched the footage. Her parking the SUV. Her snooping. Her leaving the property. Her returning later like nothing was wrong. Rodriguez said it clearly, "Ma'am, HOA authority does not allow entry into private property without consent. What you did is trespassing." Karen panicked, raised her voice, pointed at the officer, tried to threaten his job. That was the final mistake. Officer Chan stepped forward. "Karen Daley, you are under arrest for trespassing, harassment, and unauthorized use of private property." The street fell silent. Neighbors peeked from windows. Phones recorded. Whispers spread. Karen, the woman who once ruled the neighborhood with a clipboard and a glare, was led to a patrol car, stunned and speechless. The HOA board held an emergency meeting the next day. Unanimous removal. No debate. No sympathy. Her mugshot ran in the local paper beside the headline. HOA president arrested after trespassing incident. The court sentenced her to probation, fines, and community service. Just like that, the person who controlled everyone's property standards became an example of overreach and abuse of authority. I didn't celebrate. I just felt peace. Karen, the woman who once ruled the neighborhood with a clipboard and a glare, was led to a patrol car, stunned and speechless. Sometimes the boundary between order and control is thinner than we realize. But your home is your home. And sometimes all it takes to reclaim your peace is the courage to say, "This line is mine, and you don't get to cross it."